Welcome to World Sports News with Ernie. Behind the desk is your co host, Ernie. And on top of the desk is his faithful companion. Ernie calls him the rubber ducky. The rest of us on Sports News Review call him Felix. Alrighty, Ernie. It's been a week, well, actually a few weeks since we did the last edition of World Sports News with Ernie. Well, Ernie, we'll start with netball once again. It'll be England, Australia, and we're going to add New Zealand also. We're going to go back to England, Ernie, the grand final. It was a while back. So, what I'm going to do, Ernie, is I'm going to hit pause, Ernie, so I can get the scoreboard up for the grand final that was netball in England. And then we're going to do the Australian netball, which is their semifinals. And the New Zealand women. All three are in the women's. I forgot to mention that on the I forgot to put that on the scoreboard. But the netball England Grand Final, that is the women's. I'm not gonna go grab a marker, Ernie, and put women's up. I don't have the space. I didn't plan it. I just kind of, well, I tried to get this show today, and I really just kind of like put everything. Everything is done. The writing's all done on these boards. Took a long time. I was exhausted, Ernie, and Ernie, and so I was like, well, I'll just go with the boards I got. But what I'm gonna do, Ernie, first is I'm gonna put it on pause, and then we'll see the board up. Alrighty, Ernie. We'll start with netball England, and it's the women's. Once again, I'm gonna stress that because once again, I didn't look to see if the men's leagues are started or what's happened with the men's leagues. It's not that I'm not interested. We're Ernie's interested in watching the men's league, but it's just I'm having trouble just filling a show with the current menu we have at the moment with everything that we have. And like Ernie, I just trying my best, Ernie. But I'll get to find new netball. I'll find new netball for Ernie, and well, like I said, we still have some other leagues, but they're going to finish theirs too, just like England. So this was back on July 6th, Ernie. If you remember, we were watching highlights of it. Um, New Zealand. Good news for New Zealand coming up because you can actually. It looks like you might. I'm not sure, but it says outside New Zealand to watch games. So I'll get to that when we get to New Zealand. Sorry, Ernie. I'll just go back to England. Netball England and the grand final, which is like in what you're used to in USA and Canada, of course. It's the Super Bowl. You could call it the Super Bowl of the netball league and women's in England. So they're fine. One game. It's just one game, and it's or the World Cup final game. The final game in World Cup tournament. It's like that. So well, that's where like it's not. We're not saying on Sports News really it's equivalent to it. We're just saying that a comparison of how the fans and the participants in the sport and of management, of course, the teams, and how they feel like this is it. Like this is what the whole season is for to win this one final game. And once again, Ernie, the players could only play for so long, and they just need a big break. And it's just because they play at a high level, Ernie, and there's so many injuries when you play at a high level, and they give it their all, of course. Well, but in this case, though, we'll tell you that the London Pulse 53 and the Loughborough Lightning 45, and yeah, it probably was over by the fourth period or fourth quarter. I forget what it is in netball, but I haven't done a live stream yet, so a netball game live stream. So I didn't, I'm not. I'm getting familiar. I'm getting more and more familiarized with it. I have to, I just like you. I watch the highlights and okay. Next time we watch the highlights, or we'll just go on pretty quickly as we hit pause for the next board. That uh, we're gonna see if what they call it a quarter, but it all depends because we're covering three different leagues, Ernie. We're covering the England, Australia, and New Zealand. Although the three, former colonies of Great Britain, and English is the main spoken language nowadays. The but they might have different ways of explaining the like what I was just saying about like what they're gonna call well, two of them are calling it the grand final after all, and like like what they call it, we call playoffs, and they call it the one year was some they call it the ladder, or the preliminary rounds, so, and then the preliminary final would be like our semi-final before the like in our world, which with only one game would be the Super Bowl or the Grey Cup if you're in Canada. Well, just shout out to Canada, and because this is originating from Canada, so what I'm saying, Ernie, is that like just the one game. So yeah, there's like a different feeling and of course, if you're not from this side of the globe and you're more familiar with a one game final, would be a World Cup final, of course, and that's what these are like this one here, the grand final. Now, so with the highlights, the game, obviously you could tell by the score. It was like, well, you watching the highlights and like, oh well, this. I already know the score, and it's like, yeah, it's over, it's over, it's over, and then they call, oh, like, Marlboro Lightning just didn't have their A game that day, so it happens, and then we'll see next season. But what we got to do now is a reminder, Ernie, is to look at the pre-season, like say like um, whatever bulletins they put out, as they say, or memos as preseason memos to know if there any changes, major changes, and teams, team names. Of course, what is Ernie is that we're gonna before the season starts, netball in England, and for women's, is that we're gonna like get familiarized with the teams first, and well, I don't know. We'll see by then if there's a way that we can watch netball. And I'll pay us, Ernie. I'm willing to pay us if I can through the KLC prescription, a subscription for one league like that, and be able to watch netball. I don't know if it's called Sky. I don't know how to get Sky. How do you get all the? I need someone to help me, Ernie. A staff, more of a staff to like figure out like how do we get this Sky Sports or whatever is playing in England. But either way, this will be our, like I said, Ernie, the final reporting on netball in England, because that one is, like you said, there's not much to talk about this game. London Pulse, number one team all season, and they showed it how they are number one team with the grand final. And Ernie will have to take the board down and put the new board up for Australia netball. And well, like I said, Ernie will. Well, next was it March? Either way, like just gotta remember February, and it's a perfect time because I'll be over and done with the NFL because they just gonna be like the Super Bowl will be done, and then there's only gonna be minor things like the drafts, and so yeah, Sports News Review will have we're just like we're like okay, that's the reason we got a nice show like Ernie's, World Sports News Ernie's to have a good reason to cover like sports, and then we stick with those sports, and that way we just like try to just introduce like like what was the mantra at the beginning of the introducing netball was to just say, hey, there's a sport called netball, check it out for yourselves. Like elementary schools, and explaining like, yeah, look it all up, the rules, and if your parents and teachers together, and say, hey, I think that's a good idea. We should probably introduce netball to get away from these violent situations in sports, like trying to play like whatever hockey. It's becoming a little too violent. Ice hockey, well, then again, it's a gymnasium, It's for everyone to participate, and everyone has I think it's a good. Yeah, that was the mantra, like to hopefully like get people interested to hey take a look at some netball and give it a try. The kids want to play, let them play it. If they don't, well, you just give it a try. That's the old thing is just give it a try and give it a try again, again. It could be generational thing. One district in this crazy world we all live in could love netball. Another district, nah, kind of lukewarm on it. And the other district, nah, no dice. But then another, once again, you get to another district school, and there's like, oh, they just love the sport, and you can't get enough of it. Okay, so with that, Ernie, we're going to put the video on pause once more as we're taping this for the show. And we're going to have a new board up, and it's going to be the Australian netball, the semifinals, once again, the women's. Alrighty, Ernie. Okay, we got back the board up, and it's Australian and women's. We forgot to stress women's because we didn't put it up on the. I just did the boards, Ernie, and like I said, I didn't have time to just redo it. Everything is done. It takes a long time, and even Thunderbirds look like it's washed out. I don't know. I tried the neon purple highlighter. Well, it's not highlighter. Sorry, dry erase boards. Yeah, easy highlighters. I don't know if they'll wash off. These are really cheap boards. They're don't just dollar store boards and whiteboards. I forgot to get more of them, but it makes it easier. If I get more of these boards, Ernie, it's going to make the show a lot easier. Okay, so we got the Australian netball, the semifinals, and there was two games, and the first game, the Adelaide Thunderbirds and the Melbourne Vixens. Now, the whoever lost that game is out of the tournament, the tournament because it's but I should go to the Ernie. Where are where is my manners? Okay, I should just go on the webpage real quickly. I got the old phone, my old phone I'm not using as a phone anymore, and just to look and what was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, netball Australia, and then I'm gonna look at okay, it's gonna be the fixture, but I'm gonna go to results once it's on the fixture. Okay, now I'm gonna go to results, okay, where we are. Okay, so now okay, so we got this one where it says the Adelaide Thunderbirds 56 and the Melbourne Vixens 58. So the Melbourne Vixens will be playing in the next round, and it's this is the semi the final preliminary final. It's not the grand. It's not their grand finals. The grand finals is gonna is gonna be coming up, and that's gonna be coming up. Okay, so now whoever lost this one is out of the tournament, and the one that wins this, the one that game, which was the Melbourne Vixens, well, they will advance to the next round, but they'll have to play who the game. But as you see, the West Coast Fever was 77, and NSW Swifts 45. Now, NSW Swifts, well, they felt like I guess they're still in it because they got no, but the West Coast Fever oddly enough, if the Swift get it back together and win the game against the Melbourne Vixens, they're in the final. But right now they're like it's something new to us on this side of the globe, Ernie, where it seems I guess it seems fair, like something that a CFL and a UFL can look at, Ernie. Like, yeah, you know what? You should have it where like winning in first place. You go to this final game, and the other three are because you got 8 teams like UFL and CFL's got 9. Well, the other three will have they're gonna have to like play one game, and it's kind of an unusual thing to say. Hey, you know what? If you lose, don't worry about it. You're going to still be another chance to play in the game to get into, say, like in the CFL, the Grey Cup, or the UFL, the championship. Now, so it's something the NFL does not need to look at whatsoever with 32 teams. They have plenty of competition to make a decent playoff format, but in this case, you just trying your best to try to with the limited amount of teams make this regular season relevant to the point where you want to have a good regular season. And well, anyways, well, Ernie, we looked at the highlights, read it, and people were upset that on the NSW Swifts game. They lost the game, and it's like, well, they get to play again because I'm pretty sure this. Here I am reporting all this. I can't start over, Ernie. If I make a mistake, it's like, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I got to, say, look, where did now? I got to go back. Okay, I got to go back. I got to go back. Back. Okay, fixture. Okay, upcoming. So upcoming is the Swifts and Vixens. Okay, now, well, that's the preliminary final because then their grand final, the West Coast Fever are just waiting. Now, Ernie, it's very fair because had the Swifts won, they're in the grand final, and the West Coast Fever would have had to play this game against the Melbourne Vixens to see if they can get in the grand final. And it all works out in the wash, as they say, Ernie. Because I thought it was weird at the beginning. Why would you want? Why would you want your first place team playing your second place team? But it does. But I didn't read ahead of the script. I just thought, oh, that's not fair. What's the point of all this? No, and then it's like, oh, I found out. Yes, but even though they lose the match, they get to play in the next round. You don't want to lose that match. But as far as the Swifts, like when they're I'm just saying, Ernie, they're like, well, we don't really have to kill us. They say his expression is hurt themselves, I should say. And just, what, they're going to be in next week and, they're going to play again. Yeah, this would really be kind of strange on this side of the globe to have a tournament like this. And, but I'd love to see the reaction that it was called the psychotic reaction of, hey, you lost a game and you get to play again. Oh, yes, but it is fair. It is fair. You just got to really step aside from this side of the globe mentality and just go, hey, well, they're trying their best. They're not going to, there's no chance of them expanding into more teams. This is not the United States of America's NFL where there's like 32 teams. And, well, give or take, some teams probably, let's be honest, some teams probably shouldn't exist with the small market they have. And, like, they just can't. Like, it's just, they survive. But yeah, I mean, there's bigger cities that don't have an NFL team, like especially with the Texas state of Texas that has like I could imagine San Antonio. If I looked it all up, San Antonio and they have probably a bigger metropolis, a bigger area too of the like, a bigger surrounding probably, and they don't have an NFL team, and and that's not mentioned teams, but there's probably a three or four. There's probably like and but and the saying is that there's just no way that they can expand farther, like Australia, this netball. So they have to. Ernie, it's everything in life. Is I find when I got older and I learn now that's one of the things about sports is it's supposed to be to help learn youth to like not be like to try not be down, accept the loss and good sport and just you know so it's all that. And then well like I said, like I said, Ernie, we're part like sports news review with the World Sports News with Ernie, but and we're part trying to fully explain to our best on what it is about this program to tune in. Why is someone tuning in? Well, because we're gonna like help spread the word. Like sports once again non-combative. and nonviolent that Ernie likes, and I'm like, hey, why not give those sports a chance? Because once again, folks, we are Sports News Review, and we do NFL football, we do NFL news, we do NFL. So like, it's not we're not like at Sports News Review is not against it. It's more of the whole idea of the mantra on a show called World Sports News with Ernie, and that's what it's all about. It's it's not like you look at the board behind Ernie, and yeah, maybe I could put a light on it. That's a little too much light. Okay, and then change color. And you look, it's got Sports News Review. That's the channel, Ernie. And your show beside it, that's you. That's the picture of you at the reindeer racing. And you're just at the reporting from the your hotel room. And see, that's what we're getting at, Ernie. Is that it's on the Sports News Review channel. It's World Sports News with Ernie, and we're doing what Ernie likes, and it's his show. And that's all it is. Eh, we, like it's not. Someone would say, "Why don't you do soccer?" Once again, Ernie doesn't want to. Ernie does Ernie watch soccer? Yeah, he watches soccer. We watch soccer, and it's. Don't you get too excited? Because yes, we do watch soccer. Uh, and Ernie and I watch MSL soccer with our Christmas donkey, and and I mean, but Ernie doesn't want me to report on it, saying, "Well, like if I report on soccer, I don't have. It's just whoa, it's going to take up too much time. I can't do any report. I have enough trouble as it is doing this show, so I don't. It's like we do like Ernie and I, we do watch soccer, but we just don't. I don't know. We just don't have time to report on it, and we don't even do it on Sports News Review. Like I said, well, plus, and another thing is, with the limited time on per program, is like, well, there's so many other channels that they're doing soccer, and like, who wants to come to us? What am I going to do? Just not much coverage. Just, I don't know. I mean, when I'm watching soccer and I'm watching, baseball, um, I'm not ready to do reports on them. I'm just watching them as a fan. Now, when it's other things, like I get a chance to, well, that's the thing. I have to go out of my way to find these kind of sports too. That's another thing too. But with all that, oh yes. So we forgot to mention the other game. Okay, so that's going to be the semifinal, and then so we got the Adelaide Thunderbirds 56, the Melbourne Vixens 58, the Coast, and all that. Okay, yes, I think we because I just rambled on, I didn't even realize we did all that, and then West Coast Fever waiting for the team. Yeah, this game, and yeah, I know the script, Ernie. I know the script, Ernie. Okay, so Ernie, I'm gonna put it on pause again, and then we're gonna go to the New Zealand scoreboard. Alrighty, Ernie, we got the board up for the new netball New Zealand and the women's league, and it was what they call them the elimination final, and that was on Sunday, July the 20th. So one of the teams that was in one of the games, uh, well, there's not much in the league. Oh yes, Ernie, for folks out there, we didn't even know about New Zealand having women. I just told Ernie, "Oh, Ernie, guess what? There's a league in New Zealand we didn't even cover." And oh yeah, and the news about that one is that the good news about that, Ernie, is we can share it now. Is that when we went on the webpage for the netball New Zealand, and with this league that they're in, and it says to watch the game outside of New Zealand. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm hoping it said 12 a.m. It could be our time, 12 a.m., which makes sense. 12 a.m. makes sense to be in New Zealand, and yeah, I mean, so well, we're gonna give it a try, Ernie. Is that Saturday? It's so Friday. We're gonna try first Friday, Saturday, and then Saturday, Sunday night. See which one it is. And what we're going to do, Ernie, is we're going to we could put it on the go on their webpage and then see if we can watch the game uh with their on their whatever it is. I'm not sure how it's, but as long as it's, hey, I mean, I don't have any special program with Sports News Review. We just have the laptop, as they say, is our mainframe, and that's it. No other peripherals. We don't have no add-ons like peripherals, meaning like some kind of like box or something like that. No, Sports News Review don't have that. We don't have any other programs. So, like, if we click on that, it's the game's on. Hey, it was intended for us to watch it because what happens sometimes is that you go on and it's like, oh, you're outside of this vicinity, and for whatever reason we can't show it to you, and it's like, okay, fine, but this looks pretty good. But anyway, so the main, well, there's a lot of teams in this, a lot of teams, only five. What am I saying? There's only five teams, I think it was, or six teams, and they're both probably based out of the big Christchurch, or as they call it, one city, the Christchurch in Auckland. Probably, I'm guessing. I didn't really look into it because it's all new to me, like Ernie, and I didn't know. But there's a Pulse team there too. Now, so they call it the Mainland Tactics, and I don't, and I'm not sure if what the difference between the mainland and what island. What's the mainland and what's the island? Because to me, New Zealand is an island. I think it's two islands. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. It's just one of those deals where I never really. I just don't remember New Zealand as much geography. I just, ever since whatever. I, I just, I. It's all like anything in life, Ernie. If you don't get back to it, reintroduce yourself to it. I just don't remember how it's structured, but all I know is there's Christchurch and Auckland, big cities, and I'm gonna say that these teams are probably based on there's six teams, and well, what's left right now is the Mainland Tactics, 57, and this one's gonna be hard for me to say. Tijuana Nago Rauka Pulse. I'm not going to say it again. 52. So, yeah, I need a lot of practice to say. I would like to I would like to get the how to pronounce it properly next season, Ernie, because they're out of it looks like they're out of the tournament here. They're out of the tournament here. But they're going to have the grand final, Ernie, on July the 27th, and that's going to be the Northern Mystics, and they're going to play the Mainland Tactics, which won that game. See, they won that elimination final, so the grand final, Ernie, be, will be the Northern Mystics and the Mainland Tactics. And I did see that thing. I said, hey, if outside the UK you want to see this game live stream, see it, and touch tap here. I'm like, cool. I hope it works. We'll see. But we'll see, Ernie. But either way, this is our third league we're going to be covering next season, which like we're going to introduce the teams. We're going to have more boards so we could introduce the teams. Each team will be introduced of like what of uh each team would be, because mostly people, well, of course, today it's 20, and being that it's the year 2025, anybody could just go on to Netball New Zealand, look up, recognize that Mainland Tactics, recognize Northern, the grand final, put up the grand, get all that information. But Ernie, the main thing is we told people out there, hey, there's a third league I didn't know about playing netball professionally, and it's in New Zealand, and we would have covered it, but I even can't remember how I found out. It was just like, oh, it was one of the side. Yes, it was one of the suggestions. And I'm like, wait, New Zealand's got a. It was like, oh, yes, okay, it's a medication time at the. Okay, so heart medication and stuff like that for the adults here. Okay, maybe yeah, take your man. Well, Ernie, I'm gonna I'm gonna be sorry. I'm gonna put it on pause, Ernie, and then quickly take my medication and change the board. Oh, alrighty, Ernie. Well, it looks like I got the old board back up, Ernie. But no. We're done with the netball, Ernie. But we're going to the sailing and England, and it was in Portsmouth this time, the Sail GP series. And what happened, Ernie, was that we were watching highlights here and there that New Zealand, remember, Ernie, that came in first in this event, second the Emirates, and third Switzerland. And let's see. The Emirates. Oh, Emirates GDR. That's the English team. That would be England. Emirates is the sponsor for this Great Britain team. And yeah, I mean, they came in second. Well, well, of course they wanted it. Of course, England wanted to come in first, but they did a good effort. I mean, because New Zealand is really good. New Zealand is a really good team on this Sail GP series, and well, Ernie, there's going to be and then upcoming in 22 days. Okay, in 22 days, we're going. Let's see. Let's look at the. We're going to look at the calendar. Oh no, we just looked at results. Okay, calendar. Okay, so that was the Portsmouth one. The next one is in Germany. Oh wow. Oh wow. So we're going to have Germany, Ernie. Well, unless I figure out a way to put another board up, but if I find more of these boards, I could put a picture up, more information, but I just have to leave it at that. And okay, so it's in Germany. Next event, Germany. Um, yeah, I mean, maybe they're gonna be. It's Sassanit. I've never heard of this, but then again, Ernie, it's not like it's gonna be at major city. They're gonna go where they can, and it's Sassnitz Sassanitz. Okay, so that'll be the next. That'll be in 22 days. Okay, so we're looking at what is 22 days? Okay, so oh my gosh, Ernie, I'm all over the place. Okay, the 16th, August the 16th, Saturday, August the 16th, we'll start the races. Well, being that it's okay, they got 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. CEST. That must be Central European Standard Time. I'm getting back in. It's like as if I'm back in school trying like what for whatever when you're like let's just face facts, Ernie. We're out of elementary school and high school and all that. Like we don't really need to learn all these time zones. No, it's like I'm guessing that's what it is, but it makes sense. But that's going to be like 6:30 in the. It's going to be like 6:30 in the morning here. So well, they could get it better for us to the prime time. Well, they got to, Ernie, you got to go with the 1 o'clock. You got to. That's the way it goes. It's yeah. You got it's yeah. It's got to be that. It's got to be that way for sailing. In case like that, we're gonna just once again Ernie, we'll just be able to watch the highlights of it, and that's it. But with that, Ernie, we're gonna go to a fresh board. Ernie, we're gonna put it on pause, and we're gonna put a fresh board up. Alrighty, Ernie, we go to our next board and badminton, and we got the results are in, of course, Ernie, because it's been a while since we did our last edition, and yeah, so Ernie, we're looking at the men's and women's. And now on the men's, I just went to all I did, Ernie's. It's already set up at the Wikipedia page to look up everything. So what it was in Jakarta, in Indonesia, which is Jakarta's the big city, and it was from they said June 3 to 8. I don't have 3 to 8. I got 11 to 15, 13 to 17. I'm not sure why why it's like that. Maybe I got some things wrong. Okay, it doesn't either way. Okay, so the no particular order, just going with Wikipedia. In the men's singles, the winner of the tournament was Anders Antonsen, Antonsen, Andersen, and that's from Denmark. And the women's singles, An Si Young from South Korea. So yes, well, you had doubles. There's two from China, and the mixed doubles was from France. It looks like that was the men's doubles. Men's doubles, oddly enough, both were for Korea, but the women's doubles both were China. So South Korea with the big showing because they win this. Someone from South Korea won in the singles, and they won in the men's doubles. A good showing for South Korea because we don't really because we don't do soccer. We really don't, and obviously we don't do any of their boxings out there, and so yeah, we don't really get to see the name of South Korea on many sporting venues. But yeah, so that well, Ernie, we get to a lot of letters now to put away. We got a lot of letters to put away now. We're gonna have a fresh, clean board because I don't think there's anything badminton on the horizon. So there's no badminton on the horizon. So yeah, the CLGP will go up there where badminton is. The CLGP will go up there. Netball once again. We still need that board for netball, Ernie, because we got one. We got two more to go games, and then that'll be a fresh. Then that board will be cleared out. We're gonna end up having a lot of ladders, a couple of clear boards, and we're gonna have to find some sports and But like right now, we're oddly enough we are. As they say, we're not getting any more. We're not finding new boards, so we definitely well, yeah, what do you do? We have to we go to a next board, and I'll show you what me and Ernie is that we have to switch things up a bit. But anyway, when something comes up again in badminton, we're gonna put it up again. But like it was close. It was being that it's summertime, and the big championships are usually December, January kind of months. And yeah, so this was a good tournament, being that was in July. And either way, um, yeah, I mean, there was a good chance. If once again for us, we couldn't find a way to watch this badminton. There probably was an easy way to watch it. I didn't. I don't. I just didn't remember. Ernie. It's like we need a whiteboard. Well, yeah, if we get a whiteboard, we're gonna have to use it on the show, Ernie. But it's like I need a whiteboard to. Oh, watch! Don't forget this event on television. Don't forget this event on television. And yeah, I mean that's oddly enough, I got to buy a lot of whiteboards. It's one of those whiteboards has got to be what we need to watch because we miss. Here we are watching whatever, like we could watch your reruns. Here we are watching you and your reruns, Ernie, and anyway, oh, we forgot. We could have been seeing given a chance to see badminton is if there's a way to watch badminton, or at least watch the highlights, and that way we could report on it. But either way, Ernie, we're I guess we're cleared with this board. We're going to put it on pause again and put a fresh board up. Alrighty, Ernie, got the next board up. And you notice, Ernie, how we got two sports in one now. And Ernie, we just put for snooker, we just put the words England. Uh, I, and then for the darts, it's England again. It was Ernie. It wasn't worth putting all the dates, time, and this and that. There's just not enough room. I don't have enough boards. I should have did this from the beginning, Ernie. Like this is because I'm gonna yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just say everything now. Like it's the when it came to England. Well, once again, it's not because there's not a really a world championship. Now it's different, Ernie. When it comes to snooker, and it's going to be the world championships, and it's in England. There's going to be like its own board. I'm hoping to find more of these letterboards. The snooker will get its own board, just like darts will get its own board when it's because you got to put put the city, the dates, maybe even if there's room and how I don't know how to watch is going to be tough. Okay, but yeah, I mean I'll put a lot more information on the board when it's like a tournament that's way up there. But for now, it's like, well, if anybody wants to watch some top notch, did I go to the darts first? I went to the darts page first. Why do I just? I should have went. I was supposed to go to snooker.org, uh, and I went to darts. Not yet. Okay, snooker. There it is, snooker.org, because what it is, Ernie, is that now we got okay. So snooker. Okay, wait. I found one that was in England that was coming up. Yeah, I mean, I can't do the Shanghai prediction. Like that's so minor contest. This Shanghai one. It's not even like a. It's not much of a championship. It's just. But what did I? What did I get? Not the junior masters. Is the champ? Could it be the championship league? Championship League. Well, Scott McGuire, Scotland wins the Championship League. Well, I thought there was something else in snooker. It said snooker in England, and I should highlights. Uh, championship. Okay. Uh, July 29th, Championship League contest. Well, and then there's the British Open qualifiers. That's the one. The British Open is probably one I'm gonna wanna see. That's the one where darts will probably get guaranteed. I'm gonna put down its own board if I got the. Probably don't have. Yeah, I'll have netball. When like yeah, when the next one. Yeah, there's a little bit. You could go to some darts. There's what I'm on snooker. Ernie, I'm on snooker. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing the two events at once. I was ready to say to go to the PDC. That's the next one. That's darts. That's why I was so confused on the tournaments. I knew I just I didn't even know there was the British qualifier Open qualifiers. So I guess for snooker in England, the British Open qualifier and June 28th, previous June the 28th. We should June the 28th. I don't think we can have results just yet. Okay, so I mean, yeah, so there's that for snooker, but now, well, like I said, Ernie, when it's the actual British Open, not the qualifiers, and then yeah, we're gonna have more information on the board, hopefully, and that's like this for the minor events. Now, going to the next one, we don't even have to switch out, Ernie. I don't have to put it on pause. It's darts and it's in England. And right now, we just got the Betfred World Match Play. Okay, so now I'm just gonna check to see where the Betfred World Match Play, and let's see, let's see where is. Well, I want to see more events because that's like I didn't. I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm looking at. It was in England. Is it in England? Because if it's not in England, it wasn't that. Then it was. Okay, however, okay, what do we got here? Okay, see, I just gotta, you know what I gotta do, Ernie is, I thought I got the tournaments. No, I have trouble. Just the way they got their European Tour, Pro Tour, Challenge Tour. I don't remember which one I was looking at, but um, the Players Championship. No, I thought it was more than. I thought we were done with that. It was more than that. The Brooks because the July the 24th, yeah, maybe it was the Players Championship after all, because you know what, it's July the 24th. Yeah, I'm gonna say that I was looking at that one, the 2025 Players Championship, 26th, 23rd. If that's the 22nd and 23rd, entries confirmed. It should be the 2025 entries confirmed, but oh, the July 29th and the 30th is the actual. Okay, they'll be at the end of the month. July 29th and the 30th will be when the Players Championship tournament. Like the what, like the actual darts. They like watching the players play darts. So yeah, it's gonna be. like it's just a quickie tournament. It's not a world championship where it goes for a few weeks as they go through a lot of players. This one's more like an invited guest because it's summertime, and these kind of sports, they do really well when it's cold out in wintertime and people love to go indoors and people are huddled around the TV for hours. And because they've been huddled around the TV for hours, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock doesn't, like it feels like very nightish. Whereas now, at 7 o'clock at night does not feel like nighttime anymore. It's still, you know what I mean? It's still light out. And so, yeah, there's a whole different feeling, Ernie. That's why your bigger tournaments are like in pools, the snookers, the darts, and the team handballs and badmintons and you name it in sports like that, not not being NFL football. Yeah, I mean they really like to do their championships in that time because that's when they get the best chance of viewers and people attending, you know. And so, with that, Ernie, we're go to the last board for the night, and we just going to put it on pause real quick. Well, Ernie, we got the last board up, and it's surfing. We're going back to the surfing, and notice the change, Ernie. We got the new picture up. And what the change is, Ernie, is that we needed a vertical picture, not we didn't need the horizontal picture this time. And what the change is, Ernie, is that we mentioned that there now that it's not a world championship, but there is something in Tahiti, and and of course, once again, promoted by the World Surf League, they want you to know this. They don't. It's not a secret that. That's what we're trying to say there. That Sports News Review, we see the sign, you see the picture where it says Sports News Review, Ernie, is that we go on the World Surf League and we go to the YouTube channel, the World Surf League YouTube channel, and we get the highlights and we'll be able to watch live action. So, like Ernie and I we're watching. We're gonna, of course, we're gonna go. Oh wait, we still got Tahiti. I mean, we were watching highlights of other events, but um, I think we tried to save it because I think the what I'm gonna do, Ernie, is go on the World Surf League. World Surf League. Oh, I have to. I have to do it all. World Surf League. Okay, it knows that. Okay, it's the WSL, the World Surf League, and schedule. Okay, go to their schedule, because yeah, there's Tahiti. Where's the Tahiti? Tahiti. There's so many. There it is. The Tahiti Pro Trials. Okay, so yeah, from Tiahupu, Tahiti, which some folks were called, they could recognize it as French Polynesia, but I'm not sure. I don't know what they. Oh, actually, it's completed. Oh, that is completed. Oh yeah, it was July the 17th to the 20th. So that one is completed. Okay, so there's not really when it comes to the pro trials. I don't think there's like a. I don't know if there's like a champion. I could click on it, but Ernie, I was more trying to say that anyway, it doesn't have to be because Tahiti, because there's more. There's a lot more events. You can still be able to catch the. Oh, here's one. Okay, so the next event we could have put USA Pacifico, the Huntington Beach, California. Give it a shot. It's going to be the longboard tour, July the 26th to the 30th. It's upcoming. There was actually we missed. I didn't even realize it. The Shanghai Korea Open Korea. I would have highlighted that one. I definitely would have highlighted that one and put up the words Tahiti, Korea, because Korea we would have been able to mention like, oh, like they want because it's a Korea Open and qualifiers QS. Everything is in the qualifying stage, I guess, to the championships later. Okay, but either way, the the big one coming up for this, well, because it's going to be the Huntington Beach, and I guess it's why is it longboard tour Challenger Series? Either way, the next thing is July. They're still going to be at the Huntington Beach, July the 26th to August the 3rd. And yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, I guess I need next month to. Is there a championship? August. Okay, I'm going to go to August. And the first thing I got is the third U.S. Open of surfing. Okay, so the big tournament, will be July the 26th to August the 3rd. Once again, folks, Sports News Review. We go on World Surf League's YouTube channel, and we catch as I said, we catch the highlights and we catch the news on there too, and we catch the live action. So, but once again, it's not like it's the big championships right now. It's mostly a lot of qualifying, minor tournaments right now. But I mean, we pretty well we did a lot today. Uh, got a full program here, and we're ready to just, I guess, Ernie, we're ready to just wrap this edition up right now, Ernie. And, Ernie, I just want to say I feel like, once again, like once I hit the pause or just stop the video, I should say put it on pause or then stop the video. Um, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm not in that world of World Sports News with Ernie world, and yeah, I mean, for that brief 40, how much time do we do on this program today? Well, we're less than an hour, but of an hour, we're close to an hour of being, like I should always try to make it an hour, just to say that 1 hour of being in the world of Ernie, and what Ernie likes to watch as far as sports goes. Like we're talking just sports, and Ernie and I are still like we're trying to find Gus the Mule because we're gonna watch that one. Probably, I'm hoping that it's on the television, the tele, Ernie. That World Sports News with Ernie will do the live stream of Gus the movie. I mean, we're not gonna be able to show the movie. We're not gonna be able to show the. You're not gonna be able to hear the audio, but we're gonna do. Oh, sorry, a watch party. We're gonna do like a watch party, but it has to be on like a network television, like cable or something, the movie channel. And I'm hoping like around Christmas time, that kind of time is Gus comes on like the movie channel, and oh yeah, I'm all over it, Ernie. I gotta find like what I gotta do is find out the schedule of the movies, and we're all over it. We're gonna do the watch party. I gotta stop calling it live stream. We're not live streaming. We're just doing a watch party. We're just watching the thing, watching the event, and just and like just having fun of explain like off the cuff comments, as they say, of me watching, going, "Oh yeah, that's so and so, that's Don Knotts, that's but it'll be fun, Ernie. But I know we're switching all over the place, but we're just, you know, I'm just having so much fun being in that world of World Sports News with Ernie for this hour. Because once again, once I stop the video, Ernie, we're not in the world of World Sports News with Ernie. We're back to reality, and I'm having too much fun being in this world. But we do have to say our goodbyes. Okay, so it's been a treat to do a show. I've got through it. Tired. I'm just gonna upload it to YouTube. Before Ernie, it's best I don't go too long, like more than an hour plus, because I probably don't. I don't even know how I'm survived this long. I'm getting delirious, and I'm trying to figure out if I've had enough content. I do have enough content, Ernie. I don't. I just got to stop realizing that when I'm tired and exhausted, I don't. I don't recollect how long I've been on the video. I keep on rambling on, but I know now. I looked at the timer, and yes, it's time for us to. We don't have anything left to say. We don't have any other sports to cover. So we might as well just say, hey, let's hope to see you on the next show of World Sports News Journey. Hopefully next Monday we do an edition of World Sports News with Ernie, barring that my health is not going to go downhill over the weekend. And if my health is really good over the weekend and Monday I'm feeling great, I'm going to do an edition of World Sports News with Ernie, because I'm gonna have to spend the Sunday getting it all prepped up. You know what I mean? All prepped up, ready to go. All the boards, and everything. So, but with that, Ernie, for all three of us, that's me, yours truly, and for Felix, and for Ernie behind the microphone there. That's Felix sitting on top of the desk. All three of us are saying over and out until we see you next edition of World Sports News with Ernie.